Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 8 in the NFL, and we're talking right now with Joe Duffy, who's going to take the London game. No other handicapper wanted this one. Detroit and Atlanta. I guess I can sort of see why Joe Duffy went 5-1 against the spread last week in the NFL, which brings his overall record in the NFL regular season with us to 26-21. He was 22-19 in the preseason, taking every preseason game for the first 3 weeks, and then last year he was 56% overall, even better in the regular season. Just a long track record of excellent winners in the NFL with us. Joe Duffy, thanks for being back with us.
Yeah, no, thank you, Peter. 27 years doing this publicly.
All right, so before we hear your take on the London game, give a quick, very well-earned plug for offshoreinsiders.com.
Yeah, no, I prefer to talk about all the long-term accomplishments, but I have to remember maybe from a marketing standpoint, those people who are concerned about long-term winning, they've already been with me for years. They already locked in the long-term packages. So if you just want someone who's hot, at least as we follow this before the Thursday night games, 8-3, my last 11 in all sports. By the time you see this, hopefully I'll be a lot hotter. I know I got a big weekend in the NFL, and if you see this before the college football games, college football as well, check out the main menu at offshoreinsiders.com.
Yeah, your sample size speaks for itself. Already 47 games this year, 41 games in the preseason. I don't remember how many last year, but it was definitely over 50 and over 55% against the spread with these tough NFL lines. All right, so what can you tell us about Detroit, Atlanta? Atlanta 3.5-point underdog, totals 46.5, and it does look very similar to the first London game this year, where you had a decent but flawed team as a favorite of about this kind of a line going up against a team that on paper looked pretty bad. And that one, I heard that Oakland was the sharp side, but it turned out that Miami got the easy win and cover. And here, unless Atlanta makes some major changes, unless we can expect, the change of location or whatever to have some kind of unexpected effect on Atlanta, I guess it's either Detroit or nothing here. I certainly wouldn't bet Atlanta plus 3.5. What do you think, Joe?
No, I do agree with you. Detroit is going to be my play, although I will say that as a general rule of thumb, when the location gives you some uncertainty, that it kind of would make the dog a little bit of a percentage play, but not here. Look, the Falcons the last 2 years have been major disappointments, but then again, they've also been injury ravaged the last 2 years, but that hasn't changed. They're still the same injury ravaged team here. They're going to be on their third center this year, and you're talking about a free agent rookie, so that does not bode well. Both teams have some wide receivers that are banged up, but Julio Jones is banged up for the Falcons, where Detroit showed they can actually win without Calvin Johnson. That's not going to be an easy task to do it long term, but right before we checked this out, it looks like Calvin Johnson has practiced for 2 straight days, so now he's probably questionable to maybe even probable. All sharps before placing a bet on Sunday. I think a lot of people are going to be waiting for Sunday for the latest injury information before truly placing a bet. But Detroit is a team that's just been very good this year, and the Falcons have been atrocious. And because Atlanta, it's not like they're getting healthier. I think the only reason that Atlanta would be a sharp player, might wind up being a sharp play down the road, is if they finally get healthy. But look, the Falcons in their last 4 games, they're being outscored spread-wise. I believe it was by 14 points per game. Yeah, 14 points per game. And again, we use margin of cover rather than margin of victory. So they've missed by an average of 14 points ATS in their last 4 games. So they're just playing so poorly. The odds makers can't quite adjust enough, and Detroit is the play here.
All right, I guess one of those cases where we're just not going to overthink it, and sometimes those can have the most value of all in the NFL. Joe Duffy recommending a play on Detroit, minus 3.5 over Atlanta. Thanks, Joe.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.